Okay, let's unpack this. Picture this. Another version of you. Maybe living a life just completely different from yours.
Wildly different, yeah.
Perhaps they, chased that dream you didn't, or made one tiny decision that changed everything.
It's definitely a head-scratching idea.
Right, and that's exactly what we're plunging into today. This deep dive is all about that compelling idea that maybe our universe isn't the only one out there.
And we're drawing this from the document, multiversetheory.pdf, which lays out this fascinating possibility.
The idea that our universe is just, what, one bubble?
Sort of, yeah. Like one bubble in this huge cosmic foam, potentially infinite, of other universes.
Wow.
And each one could have its own physics, totally different histories, and yes, different versions of you.
Different physics, like gravity being weird?
Could be. Or maybe history went completely sideways in, say, the 20th century.
Yeah.
Anything's possible in theory.
It's kind of mind-blowing. And that first question the document asks really gets you thinking, doesn't it?
The one about visiting.
Yeah, if you could actually visit one of these other worlds, would you? Just, hypothetically.
It's a great hook. But what's maybe even more surprising is where this whole idea comes from.
Right, not science fiction, which is what you'd expect.
Exactly. It actually popped up from the very strange world of quantum physics.
Okay, quantum physics. So where does that connection start?
Well, the document points to 1957. A physicist named Hugh Everett III.
Okay.
He came up with something called the many worlds interpretation.
Many worlds. Sounds about right.
Uh-huh. And the basic idea is this. Every time there's a quantum event with more than one possible outcome, which is happening constantly.
Constantly.
At the quantum level, yeah. Every choice point, essentially. Yeah. The universe doesn't just, pick one path.
It doesn't. So what happens?
It splits. It actually branches off, creating a whole new, separate universe for each possible outcome.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. So the example in the document, coffee or tea?
Exactly. Let's say you chose coffee this morning.
I did, yeah.
According to many worlds, right at that moment, reality split. And there's another universe, identical up to that point, where another version of you chose tea instead.
And that happens for every choice, big or small. Every quantum wobble.
That's the interpretation. Extrapolate that outwards. The number of universes becomes, basically infinite.
Yeah.
Or at least unimaginably huge.
It really makes you think back, doesn't it? Those big life decisions.
Mm-hmm.
What if you'd taken that other job? Or said yes to that date? Or anything? Can you even picture what their other life looks like?
It's almost impossible to grasp the scale. And it really challenges our whole idea of reality,
Definitely. But, okay, this is still theoretical, right? The document mentions some scientific ideas that offer support, even if it's kind of loose support.
Yeah, loosely connected is a good way to put it. They don't prove the multiverse, but they offer ways it could exist. The first one mentioned is inflation theory.
Inflation theory. Okay, that's about the Big Bang, right? The very beginning.
Precisely. Right after the Big Bang, the universe went through this period of hyper-fast expansion, inflation.
Faster than light expansion, wasn't it?
Incredibly rapid, yeah. And the theory suggests this expansion might not have been perfectly smooth everywhere.
Uneven.
Potentially. So you could get these pockets, these regions of space-time that got sort of isolated from each other as they expanded.
Like bubbles forming in boiling water.
Kind of like that, yeah. Bubble universes. Each one its own separate reality, maybe cut off from the others.
And could these bubbles be different?
That's the fascinating part. As each bubble cooled down, maybe the fundamental laws of physics settle differently.
So one bubble gets slightly stronger gravity, another gets different particle masses?
Potentially, yes, leading to vastly different kinds of universes. And maybe different versions of us, or maybe universes where life like us couldn't even form.
Okay, that's one angle. Then the document brings up string theory.
Right, string theory, which is a whole other kettle of fish.
Always sounds complex. What's the connection there?
Well, string theory replaces point-like particles with tiny vibrating strings. That's the basics.
Okay.
But the really relevant part here is dimensions. It suggests there aren't just the 3 spatial dimensions plus time that we experience.
More dimensions, like where?
Maybe 10 or 11 dimensions in total. Most of them are supposedly curled up, incredibly tiny, so we don't see them.
Curled up dimensions, okay.
But the idea the document touches on is maybe these extra dimensions are where other realities could exist.
Like parallel universes hidden in dimensions we can't access.
Sort of. Think of membranes or brains existing in this higher dimensional space. Our universe could be one brain, And another universe could be a parallel brain, maybe just millimeters away in another dimension, but totally inaccessible to us.
Wow. Okay, that's different from the bubble.
Very different mechanism, yeah. But again, it provides a theoretical possibility for other universes existing alongside ours.
So we have inflation, string theory. What else? Quantum mechanics itself,
Exactly. The document brings it back to the fundamental weirdness of quantum mechanics.
where things can be in multiple states at once. Superposition.
Uh-huh. Until you measure it, a particle might be spinning both ways or be in two places at once. All possibilities are somehow real.
And the multiverse idea takes that and runs with it.
Pretty much, if all possibilities are real at the quantum level, maybe all possible outcomes of every event actually happen.
So every quantum coin flip lands both heads and tails.
In separate universes, yes.
Yeah.
Every version of every single moment playing out somewhere. The document really emphasizes that every version of every moment.
That's staggering. It really is.
It is. But then the document does something interesting. It shifts from the physics to the human side of it.
Well, personal stuff. Yeah, I saw that. It asks if this is real.
Mm-hmm. Is there a version of you who actually did chase that dream?
Right. Or made different friends, chose a different career entirely.
Maybe one who never gave up on something you regret quitting.
Or the flip side, which is maybe tougher.
The tougher one, yeah. Is there a version of you who lost something or someone that you cherish right now?
That really makes you stop and think about, well, this reality, this moment.
Absolutely. It brings it home. And then that direct question. If you could meet another you,
Yeah. What would you even ask? What's the one thing you'd need to know?
that's the real stumper, isn't it?
Right.
It forces you to reflect on your own life path.
It really does. But okay, let's get practical for a second. The document tackles the travel question, right?
Yeah.
Can we actually, like, hop between these universes?
Oh, the sci-fi dream.
We see it all the time. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Rick and Morty just popping over for lunch.
Yeah, pop culture loves it.
Mm-hmm.
But the document is pretty clear here. Based on what we know now,
It's impossible.
pretty much impossible, yeah. The energy required would be astronomical beyond anything we can imagine.
And you might need to fundamentally change physics itself.
Probably. It's firmly in the realm of speculation and science fiction for now.
Okay, reality check received.
But the document throws in that little kicker.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
What if someone or something has already crossed over and we just don't know it?
Oh, that's spooky. Like, are there visitors walking among us?
It's a classic trope, but it makes you think about unexplained things, doesn't it? Those little moments of high strangeness.
It certainly does. And you can see why pop culture just eats this stuff up.
Oh, absolutely. The document lists some great examples. Marvel's whole multiverse saga is built on it.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Brilliant film.
Rick and Morty, obviously. Even something like Interstellar, while maybe more grounded, plays with related concepts of different realities or timelines.
And what the document suggests is that all these stories, they're tapping into the same big questions, right?
Exactly. Who are we, really, if there are countless versions?
Does that make our choices less important or more?
What does it mean for identity, for destiny? These huge existential themes.
It's a lot to grapple with.
No kidding. And crucially, the document brings us back down to earth a bit at the end.
Reminding us it's still a theory.
Yeah, a theory, yes.
Right.
We don't have proof. But even just the idea of the multiverse can change how you look at your life right now.
How so?
Well, if every choice you make could be creating a new world.
Then every moment, every decision,
Mm,
it feels more powerful.
exactly. More significant than you might think. It puts the focus back on this life, this moment.
That's a really interesting takeaway. It's not just about escaping to other worlds. It's about the weight of this one.
Precisely. And that leads into the final question the document leaves us with.
The ultimate hypothetical jump.
If you could choose just one alternate reality to jump into, which one?
And gives examples like being rich and famous.
Or correcting that one big mistake.
Yeah.
The one that haunts you.
Or maybe something simpler. Just a peaceful world, less chaos.
It's a fantastic thought experiment. What do you value most? What path not taking calls to you?
Really makes you think. And that final line from the document.
Ah, yes. Powerful stuff.
You are not just one version.
You are infinite.
Wow. Leaves you with a lot to mull over.
Definitely. The infinite potential not just out there, but maybe reflected within you right now.